Hello, we meet again at Follow the Best channel. In this video just only educational purposes between Christians and Muslims. And this time Mr. Ahmad ExMuslim will give many Muslims educations the truth about Jesus Christ. Now, let's look at what Muslims said to Ahmad ExMuslim so we can learn the truth from them. So enjoy watching video. Please share, comment and subscribe this channel. God bless you.
Yes. So what I want to say to the Muslims is this. You guys, when we speak these things, we can defend everything. We take years and years of time to read, to study, to ask questions, to debate. We can support everything that we say. You guys, on the other hand, when we ask you guys basic questions you fail to answer, it's because you guys do not take the time to read your own books. Like for me, I wanted to really know if Islam was truthful. I said to the Lord years ago, I said, if Islam is of God, I want to be the biggest supporter, the biggest champion. So what did I do as a biblical teacher? What did I do? I took 10 years of my time. I read 6 to 12 hours a day, your Islamic books, as much as I could. But sadly to say, nothing in these books have no wisdom whatsoever. It's just the opinion of man, chaos and copies and stupidity. Nothing more. I wish I could say something better, but I cannot. If Islam was truly of God, Michael, I would be its biggest defender. But it's because in the last 20 years that I'm doing this, that I know without a shadow of a doubt that this can never be of God. And the Quran is full of mistakes. And I can show you hundreds and hundreds of examples where the Quran is robbing, taking stories from different books, and it's all in that book. It can never be of Allah because it's not original. It's robbed, it's taken from different sources, and it's easy to spot. Everybody can do this if you take the time to study, do some research, ask questions. You'll come to the truth when you seek for it with all your heart and time. That is what I want to advise you Muslims. Take the time, read your books, be critical. Your eternal life hangs on the balance. You know what's a shame? That you're at the day of judgment before God and you're go to eternal damnation for a dumb donkey called Muhammad, who couldn't save even himself. He was just a liar. At least do the effort to do something about it, that when you stand before the judgment day of God, that you'll say to God, you know, I choose myself to believe in this. And you're right. But don't be deceived. Don't be deceived.
Amen.
Amen, Brother Michael. God bless you. Hey, Mikey, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet
Hey,
you.
man.
Actually, this is the first time I think I know I've seen some of your videos on the feed, and I just want to say that I haven't explored your stuff. It's actually the first time. I've usually only been familiar with people like Sam Shamoon or Christian Prince. I'm sure you're familiar with those names. And I've actually engaged debating with Muslims since I was probably in high school. I'm actually 32 right now. And so I maybe if I can say maybe just a few things. Like one of the things that have always I guess helped in terms of my engagement with with Muslims has always been using their own Islamic sources against them. And I think that that's exactly what Michael here was saying earlier, is if you're, for example, I think the very classic story was Sahih al-Bukhari in when Uthman basically created one standardized Quran by burning the other rest of the manuscripts. And and you actually find that, and even like for somebody like Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, who was one of the top reciters of the Quran, he basically says, like, wait a minute, why are you listening to Zayed? Why are you listening to Zayed ibn Thabit? Right? Like, I've been memorizing the Quran ever since I was a child, and yet, like, who basically gave Uthman the right to create that one standardized Quran by, and then you burn the rest of the manuscripts, which adds another problem to textual criticism, because then what do you have if this is true, what do you have to compare it to? How do you compare that to other manuscripts? And even like the Sa'ana manuscript, like looking at what happened in, I think it was the Birmingham Museum that has the Sa'ana manuscript, the upper text and the lower text is completely different, and the lower text is completely erased, which means that the manuscript was tampered with. And even a scholar like Stephen J. Shoemaker, would say that those manuscripts have been tampered with. So I think that, that is something to consider, that if you're saying that the Quran is basically infallible in the sense of it's never been changed, it's word for word completely true, then the burden of proof is on you to just to determine that. Yet the problem is that you can't really demonstrate that, considering that the textual criticism from the West that's coming in right now for the Quran is that doesn't actually look that great compared to if you were reading the Bible, for example. So that's what I have to say.
Okay, God bless you, brother.
Yeah.
And yes, God bless you. But let me add something for you.
Mhm.
Muhammad said in authentic hadith, take the Quran from 4 persons. Salim Mawla Abi Hudayfa, Muaz ibn Jabal, Ubay bin Ka'b, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. 4.
Right.
So the Muslim didn't take the Quran from those 4. They're taking the Quran from Osman. But let me tell you what happening to Osman after that.
Mhm.
After that, Abdullah ibn Abi Bakr, son of Abu Bakr, and the other companion, his name Saudan ibn Hamran, both of them came to the Osman when he praying, right? When he reading the Quran, sorry. They analyzing Osman. And Saudan ibn Hamran, Abdullah ibn Abi Bakr, he kicked the Quran with his own foot. So wait a minute. Abdullah ibn Abu Bakr, the son of Abu Bakr, kicked the Quran with his foot.
Which
So which
hadith
means
is that? I would actually want to know. Like, what's the name
that
of
is in
that has?
a biography. In biography, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can see a lot
Okay.
of points about those points, right?
Okay.
So because I used to be studied this religion, I grew up as a Muslim Salafi. So I study more than
Oh wow.
all the hadith book, and the interpretation book, the biography, history, everything I studied. Even my language is Arabic, so I'm Arab native. Allah is speaking my language only. So
Mhm.
yes, so after the analyzing Osman he bleeding on the ground. Other guy, Saudan ibn Hamran, the companion, put his hand on on his wife ASS, and he said, "Wow, she has a big ASS." Imagine with me
Wow.
now. Let's say Osman, ya akhi, let's say Osman, he's a heresy.
Mhm.
Who allow you? Who allowed you? You guys saying Islam is the truth. Who allowed this believer companion to put his hand on the other companion's wife back? So
Mhm.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did he only stop at here? That after he put and capture her ASS, do you think he will stop here? Or he will continue?
Mhm.
Osman bleeding on the ground, on the floor, and he did that with her. His name, the wife name, Naila bintul Farafisa.
Mhm.
Naila, she's name. Saudan bin
Mhm.
Hamran, he put his hand, capture her ASS, and he said, wow, she has a big stuff. So
Right.
how can I follow, I trust this religion if the companion of this religion doing like that with own wives.
Right. Yeah. And I guess you said that you were a Salafi. Does that mean that like you definitely I think that a lot of Salafis look to Ibn Taymiyyah, right?
Ibn Taymiyyah, Ahmad bin Hanbal, yeah.
Hmm. Right. So, and Ibn Taymiyyah was very, I mean, because I know that a lot of the Salafis, when they took over Saudi Arabia,
Ibn
a lot of them were
Taymiyyah, which means Muhammad. Ibn Taymiyyah, which means Muhammad, because he allowed
right.
the Muslim to be criminal under Allah's
Hmm.
name.
Right. And of course, like, I know that historically, when Jews and Christians were under the control of an Islamic state, I know that Ibn Kathir in his tafsir talking about Surah Al-Tawbah, I think it was 929 to 30, where it was
Yes.
talking about how Jews and Christians have to pay the jizya. And I do wonder, and maybe I don't mean to get into the politics or anything like that, but I do have like a question. Like, let's say, for example, and of course, like I am not like a Zionist by any chance, but I also know that if the alternative was true, let's say, for example, if Hamas took over the land, they would probably be oppressing the Jews and the Christians the other way around. Like, would you agree with that? Like, based on those passages in the Quran?
Look, brother, Hamas and all the criminal terror group around the world following Sharia law, same as Muhammad,
Hmm.
100%. But let me tell you something. Those
Hmm.
is still cute in front of Muhammad. Muhammad worse than him. For
Hmm.
example, Hamas, absolutely is terror group. Everybody can say that. It's terror group.
Hmm.
But the
Hmm.
Hamas following Sharia law.
Hmm.
Hamas in front of Muhammad is super cute. Super cute. For example, Hamas didn't kick out the eye with hot nails. Muhammad do it.
Hmm.
Iranian. He cut the arms, cut the foot in a desire, Palencia, and kick the eye out and leave him alone till die. Muhammad did.
Hmm.
Those
Right.
people who mentioned it to him to drink camel urine, according to Sahih al-Bukhari,
Yeah, I remember that one.
right?
Uh,
And the other,
yeah.
for example, Hamas didn't burn it, people in a fire.
Hmm.
Muhammad, he commanded. He said, I will command to
Hmm.
someone, establish a prayer,
Hmm.
a morning time, and I will circle around the houses.
Hmm.
However, didn't pray morning prayer in masjid, I will burn his house with all
Right.
family member. So
Hmm.
Hamas didn't do that. Hamas don't care about Sharia now. Hamas asking
Hmm.
about the land. They analyzing
Hmm.
the people under Allah name, but don't care about Sharia, asking about the land. So,
Hmm.
which means Hamas is a chicks front of chicken Muhammad.
Oh, so basically, what you're saying is that there are more lesser version of the actual Muhammad.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there a story where basically Muhammad had a woman tied to like two
Yes,
camels and made the
Qur'an.
camels
Yes, she's 84 years old.
right, and basically made her like tied both of her legs, one
Two
camel
part.
on each side, and made the camel run in opposite directions. Right, and which is absolutely horrifying. And so it's interesting. Like, would you say that this narrative that Islam is a religion of
Assalamualaikum.
like where people say that Islam is like a religion of peace, does that come from like after 9/11 to try to make them look good?
Yes. But you can't
Hmm.
say
Guys,
Islam is a
sorry,
peace
sorry.
because you
Are
will
you actually
counterweight.
debating
Wait,
religion
professor.
or debating what
Professor,
you are
calm
saying?
down.
No, 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 no.
Hello?
No, 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 don't tell me I'm going down because this bullshit.
Shut up. Listen. Respect
You
yourself.
piece of shit. I'm going down.
Yeah, go down. Go down like your Allah. Go down.
Shut up. I never see any Muslim, never, ever, ever see any Muslim defending his religion with respect. At least try to listen. At least, yani.
Truth, bro. Truth. Sorry.
Never. Man, we talking and he stop. waffling. Come on, take the question and go answer. Prove wrong. Prove me wrong. Answer. So you guys worshipping heaven man, and this heaven man, Allah is a statue. I can prove it for you, 100%. Your Allah is a statue. He's heaven man. He's limited. He need help. He need money. He looking for loan. How can I worship someone doesn't have a spirit, has a heaven body, looking for help, looking for support, asking for loan?
Yeah, and
Let's see.
if I may add, if I may even say, like, there's even a story when it comes to like the Quran itself. Like, it was in Kanz ul Amal where it says Umar bin al-Khattab asked about a verse of Allah's book. They answered it was with a man who got killed on the day of Yamama, or the battle of Al Yamama. Basically, that verse was consequently lost, and Omar actually grieved over that. So even like Ibn Abi Dawood in Kitab al-Masahif, he talks about how to his deep sorrow he discovered that
yes.
like basically that verse was consequently lost. So to say that the book is complete and it hasn't been corrupted, and that every word and jot and tittle has been preserved, the problem is that it's like their own Islamic sources will testify against them, against that their own narrative. Like,
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, God bless you, brother. Ghamza.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam wa muta, brother. Are you Muslim, alhamdulillah, Jesus, or are you pagan or Christian?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm Muslim, brother. I'm not a scholar.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Who is Allah? Can you tell me who is Allah?
That's the one true God, as we know it,
Google
as
it,
I was
please.
brought up.
Wait, brother Hamza. Google it now.
Yes, my
Who
brother.
is Allah? Google it.
Hold
You
on.
will see Allah. He's a moon god.
Yeah.
You worshipping
Okay.
moon god. Even if you go to other chapter in Quran, we called Surah Yasin. Who is a Sin? Who is a Sin? Is your Allah. Sin, he is also moon god. So literally you worshipping moon god, brother. And if I check it up your masjid, above all masjid, you put it the moon sign. Right?
Yes.
And your prayer depending the moon.
Yes.
Your fasting depending the moon. Right?
Yes.
So literally worshipping moon god. La.
Okay. Now I'm gonna rephrase what I'm saying again. Now, out of respect, I heard you said like Muslims, they can never come with a certain, I'm trying to be the best that I can be, and I'll be as honest as I can be. I'm gonna say this again. I'm not a scholar. A lot of you
but
are
you're
even
saying the
more.
religion for scholar only?
Sorry, brother.
The religion only for scholar?
No. I'm saying that I'm not as maybe as well read.
So do you know who is your La? You worshipping who?
Can you just give me a chance to speak?
Yeah,
brother?
but when you said I am not scholar, which means you try to run away from my question. Now the question is, do you know you worshipping who?
I'm gonna question you now according to my understanding. Then you can rectify me if I'm wrong. Is that okay with you? So I am not a scholar. I don't know everything. Many of you are even more well read than me. I grew up in a country called South Africa, right? We are not an Arab country. We are colonized by the West.
You hurt me now, man. You broken it my heart now. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you said you are, with all respect, I love you guys, but you said you are from South Africa, which means you are a black person, right? With all respect.
I'm not. No, brother. There's white people living here. There's black people living here. There's colored people living here.
No.
Yeah. So that is
how
the
do you
concept
say?
Yes.
How do you say, brother, if someone said, "Everybody welcome to my house, only black people never come to my house"? That is racism or not?
It's racism, yes.
Bravo, your Allah is a racist. Why are you worshipping someone racist? Your Allah called, however, the day of judgment, his face turn a black, going to hellfire. However, his face turn a white, he going to Jannah. Why? Look at me, I am kafir now. I am kafir. Benjamin Netanyahu is a kafir. Bill Clinton is a kafir. Joe Biden is a kafir, but according to Quran, going to Jannah.
Brother, that's why I just told you now. You're maybe more well read than I. I am not a scholar. I don't know
So do you read the
everything.
Quran before or not?
Brother, that's why I explained to you now. I'm from a country called South Africa. If you maybe had listened to me,
So
that
bro,
I
I'm
can
not talking
explain to
about
you.
countries now. I'm talking about
No,
why you're Allah so racist.
I'm talking about, I don't even know, brother. I don't know the Quran to the fullest. I know particles of the Quran
Okay, I will
because
give you the verse. Do you have Quran? You should ask
I,
me.
I don't have a Quran by me
Do
now
you
in
have
the room,
second device?
and I don't have. Yes, I have it on my device. What do you need me
Do
to
you
read?
have second device?
No, I've got on my phone. I can Google it.
Okay, I will show you the verse. Chapter 3,
Okay.
verse 106.
Okay. Where is
Why
this
you're
now,
Allah
brother?
so racist? Chapter 3, Surah Al-Imran,
Okay. The Quran tells
verse
you to
106.
scrutinize it, to read it, to your understanding, and that's how you
Yeah,
understand
Quran is
anything.
in my language. He said, يوم تبيض وجوه وتسود وجوه
Alhamdulillah.
وأما الذين اسود. So you're
Yeah, you
Allah
see.
so racist here.
What does it say there, brother?
So your Allah said, the day of judgment, however faces turn a white, going to Jannah, however faces turn a black, going to hellfire. Why?
Brother, that I
Come.
don't know. That I don't know, brother.
So he is a racist. You just answer it before when I start ask you about however, if I said however who has a black face not allowed to
Yeah.
coming to my house, only who
Yeah.
has a white face, right? That is racism, you said. Here your
I.
Allah, look here. Look
Yeah.
here, your Allah said, chapter 3, verse 106, in Arabic, يوم تبيض وجوه وتسود وجوه فأما الذين اسودت وجوههم أكفرتم بعد أيمانكم فذوقوا العذاب بما كنتم تكفرون. Look in English in Sahih
Yeah.
International. On the day
Okay.
some faces will turn white and
Yeah.
some faces will turn black.
Yes.
As
Yes.
for those whose faces turn black, to them it will be said, Did you disbelieve after you believe? Then taste the punishment for what you used to reject. So which means, however, according Allah, in the day of judgment, however he came to the day of judgment, he has a black face, he's going to hell fire.
No, but that you see that they we have to read with context as well, because
That is
Allah saying,
context.
what if your face, if you are white, né, and your face is turning black, right? It means that you that disbelieve, your face will turn black. It doesn't mean
So
that
he mentioned
Allah.
it to the color, right? He mentioned it to the color, black color,
To the color,
black
yes, but it
face,
doesn't mean it is. It
right?
doesn't mean it doesn't
So
mean
he
that it
mentioned it.
implies for.
Okay, wait, Mr. Hamza. So here he
Yes,
mentioned it to
brother.
the color, right? This believer has a black face, right?
Yeah. It turns
And
black
this
because he's a
believer,
disbeliever.
wait just a second, bro, just a second. This
Okay.
believer have a black
Okay. Okay.
face, right? And this
Yes.
believer, according Quran, going to hellfire, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes, I hear you.
Bravo, which means however has a black face, he's disbeliever. Why your Allah racist?
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
he's
My
And
Allah is
racist?
not
also, like,
racist. Listen,
and
brother. If you have a black face, it means that you that
Yeah.
disbelieve,
Now
you will get a black
I have
face.
almost white face. I'm going to Jannah according to your Allah.
No,
but
no, you
also,
will
if
get a
I
black
may
Yes.
even
face.
add,
Your face will turn black if you're a disbeliever.
No. So which
hang on
If
means
for a
you
that
don't
second.
the
follow.
believer. So now if someone today he is a black,
Yeah.
he has a black body, right?
Yeah.
And the day of judgment, if he is believer, Allah he will turn his face to white.
No. 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 No,
So which
brother.
means he
That,
is still black,
brother,
right?
brother, you must understand. You must understand.
Still have a black face, right?
If you are born black, you are born black. It doesn't mean that you're not a disbeliever.
Okay, which means, however, in the day of judgment, who has a black face, what's happening to him?
If you get a black face, according to that translation there,
So,
right?
however, try to listen to my question.
Okay.
The day of judgment, however, who came to the day of judgment, he has a black face. What
Yeah.
we should call him? Those to the hellfire, right?
It's gonna go to the hellfire according to the verse there. Yeah.
Bravo. So there is your
But
Allah racist or not?
but are you born? Is Allah white? Then it means that
So
all
I
black
don't care
people.
born or not. I'm talking about the color. You're Allah racist.
No, brother. There is
So
Allah,
why? Why
my
he mentioned
creator,
it to the black? Why he mentioned
the
it? Wait. Even he said the black is devil in
okay, but
hadith. Yes. Why?
the Arabic. What is the Arabic saying?
Which one? The verse here?
The the one that you translated.
يوم تبيض وجوه وتسود وجوه.
Okay, what does it say there? Like
Some
in
faces will turn black and some faces will
yes,
turn white.
yes. Now I understand, but there's much
So
different
now
because
here mention it to the color, right?
yeah,
Color.
yeah.
So it is colors, right?
Brother,
So
were
why
you a
your
Muslim?
Allah so obsessed? Why your
Were you
Allah so obsessed with the
were
black
you
color?
were you a Muslim before?
Man, do you understand what I'm saying, man? You
Yes,
just keep
brother.
interrupting me.
I
So why
understand.
your Allah mention it to the color here? That is racism.
That is not the racism, brother. You twisting the verse.
So he mentioned it to
Actually,
the black color.
well, here,
Sorry.
if
Go
you
ahead,
read
brother.
Sahih al-Bukhari, especially like narrated by Abdullah, the Prophet said, and this is what it says literally: I saw in a dream a black woman with unkempt hair going out of Medina and settling at Mahaya al-Jufa. And they basically interpreted it as, I interpreted that as a symbol of an epidemic of Medina being transferred to that place. So basically, he interpreted a vision of a black woman as an epidemic hitting Medina. Like that's what it says, and this is Sahih. This is legitimate. Like this is authoritative. So I mean, if Muhammad is basically saying that
Sallallahu
in
alaihi wasallam.
well, I won't say that because I'm a Christian. But
You
the
don't
thing
have
is that because the thing is though, like if you're saying if in Sahih al-Bukhari, which is a very authoritative Sahih, right? This is
yeah,
like legitimate. And he's saying, I
yeah,
saw in a dream a black woman with unkempt hair going out of Medina and settling in the Mahaya al Jufa. And then he goes on and says, I interpreted that as a symbol of an epidemic of Medina being transferred to that place, al Jufa. So
yeah.
he interpreted a black woman, a vision of a black woman, as
Mm.
a sign of an epidemic.
Brother, like I said, I'm here to learn. I'm here to build a bridge. You understand? I don't have all the answers for you guys. You understand?
Right, but if
I'm
you're
not a
coming
scholar.
on and but if you're coming on and you're saying you're trying to build a bridge at the same time you're not familiar with your own religion, you might want to study your own religion first before coming on. That's
No,
kind of the thing.
you are 100% correct, brother, and that's why I'm here. I'm not here to just argue. I'm here to learn as well. That's why I will take the time to learn as well. And this is one of my first lives that I've been on. You understand? And I mean, I can hear you guys on a very high intellectual level here. Um, I am not that uh, I'm not on that high intellectual level to argue facts with you guys. That's why I don't know. If you guys ask me about someone that's black, you understand, I can only talk from a logical point of view at this point in time, and some stuff that I know about, like in the apartheid years in South Africa, a black person couldn't go into a white church
Right,
because
but you're
they believe
taking a
Jesus is
position.
white.
The thing is you're taking a position on a matter. You're basically saying that that verse is not racist. And so obviously you're taking a position, but then if you have nothing at the moment to really say that the problem is that you're taking, like, once you're taking a position in, let's say for example, a debate or a discussion,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
issue is that you have to demonstrate with your burden of proof why we
yeah.
are wrong. And
No, no,
so
but
the problem is that if you're saying that you're here to learn, but at the same time, though, you're kind of saying, no, I'm taking a position, this is wrong, but then we're giving you the sources as to why this is a racist religion, yet at the same time, you're saying no, but then you're saying that you're here to learn. It's a bit of a contradiction.
and you're right, and brother, and you're right. And
Just second,
alhamdulillah,
guys.
and
Just second.
I,
Just second. Just second. Just
okay,
second.
okay, okay, okay,
Just second. I want you to read this hadith for me and tell me what do you think about it. Okay?
okay.
This in Mishkat al-Masabih 119. Start read. Abu Darda reported Allah's messenger as saying, Allah created Adam when he created him and struck his right shoulder and brought forth his offspring white like a small ant. See it?
Yeah,
From
yeah,
his right shoulder he
yeah.
brought his offspring white like a small ant and
Mm-hmm.
struck his left shoulder and brought forth his offspring black. See it
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay. As though they were charcoal, then he said to the party of his right side to the paradise, and I do not care. And he said to the party in his left shoulder to hell, and I do not care. So the question here, why your Allah, he will send to the black people to the hell and he do not care?
Brother, yes. Now I say I don't have an answer for you on that. I don't have an
So
answer for you
this
on
is
any of this.
racism, right? This is
But
racism, right?
that is how it looks, brother. It looks like racism.
Look the hadith, sahih, according Imam al-Albani.
So it's authoritative if it's Sahih.
Yes,
As
sahih al-Albani, there you go. Huh? So this is racism.
I hear you,
Why
brother.
your
I hear you.
Allah, he will put the black people, send the black people to the hellfire and he do not care.
On the left, like you said, on the left, and on the
Right
black is
shoulder,
on the left.
left shoulder, yes.
Yeah,
Left
on the
shoulder.
left shoulder. No, look, I get your argument, brother, and I'm not going to say that you're wrong. You understand? Because I don't have the authority or the knowledge to say that you're wrong. I am here to
Okay,
learn.
so listen, let me advise you because you don't have
Yeah,
authority and knowledge. Let me advise you, brother.
yeah.
If you don't know anything,
Hmm.
don't try to clarify it or don't try to defend it, right? If you
Okay.
defend, for example, if you defend Hamas now
Yeah.
without to know who is Hamas, you will
Yes,
be in
yes.
same side, you are a terror, right?
Yeah.
So don't
Yes.
defend anyone if you don't know anything about him. Now don't
Yeah.
defend Allah if you don't know anything about Allah. Don't defend
Perfect.
Hadith, don't defend
Yeah.
Muhammad if you don't know
Sallallahu
anything
alaihi
about
wasallam.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
How many rak'ah he will pray to Muhammad? See, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, how many rak'ah Allah will
I,
pray to the Muhammad?
I don't pray to Muhammad.
No, you asking now when you said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you
Yeah.
asking Allah to pray for Muhammad, Allah and his angel too.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yes.
Peace
Salah,
and
what does
blessings
Salah
upon
meaning? Pray.
Allah. Yeah, you see.
Sallallahu, Allah pray to Muhammad. Don't
Yeah,
say
you
it
see.
again. Don't
You
say
know,
it again.
I must say it,
So now
brother.
let me finish
I
my
must first,
claim. Let me finish.
I
Yes.
must first go learn more. You understand?
Yes. My
You
brother, go
Arabic.
to my YouTube
Yeah,
channel and you
yeah.
will learn a lot there. And
Okay.
do your own research. Write the point and ask
Yeah,
your scholars. And you will
yeah,
find
yeah.
the truth.
I will. I will always seek the
Only
truth,
one
brother.
he is the truth, brother. He didn't ask you to do anything for him.
Mm.
Allah, he asked you to defend him. Allah, he asked you to support him. Allah, he asked you to give him a good loan. But Jesus Christ, he said, you will be mute, I will support you. I will defend you. Ask me, I will give you. But Allah, no. Allah looking for help. In Qur'an, he said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا أن تنصروا الله ينصركم ويثبت أقدامكم. If you help Allah, Allah, he will help you. Another verse, من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا. If you lend Allah a good loan, Allah He will multiply it for you. Which means here, another verse, Allah, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create the jinn and the human being only for worship me. So Allah need stop worshipping this created, because He doesn't have a spirit. In Quran, Allah doesn't have a spirit, but in Quran too, He has a 2 hand, 1 foot. In Hadith, He has a 2 hand, 2 right hand, 1 foot, and 5 fingers. So someone imagine with me, brother, someone doesn't have a spirit and he has a physical body. What I should call him? Statue, idol, right? So literally you worshipping idol with 2 right hand, 1 foot. Open your mind.
But can I ask you something?
Jesus, He coming back soon.
Yes, I know. I believe in it. I know. I believe in Jesus coming.
Believe it. You have to follow Him for be saved from the hellfire.
I follow Jesus.
Only Jesus. Wait, only Jesus. He guarantees the heaven for you. Allah He guarantee hellfire for you. وَأَن مِّنكُمْ أَحَدًا إِلَّا وَارِدَهَا وَكَانَ عَلَى رَبَّكَ حَتْمًا مَقْضِيًّا. Allah guarantees the hellfire for you. Jesus guarantees the heaven for you.
Brother, do you? Like we were brought up in the West here in South Africa, né? like when we were small and we went to madrasa and stuff like that, right? Because we're not Arabic, so we don't have. You have a more advantage because you grew up in Saudi Arabia or Arab.
I grew up in Syria, but I studied. This is my mother tongue language.
Oh, okay, mashallah. So, brother, now I want to ask you the Quran in itself, the Quran that we know today, right?
It's not same Quran during Muhammad time.
Okay. Yes, but the Quran, okay, but the Quran that we have today, right, is the Quran that we have today. Yes. Yeah, that. But the reason for the one script, according to my understanding, was that so that people could memorize it, and if anything must happen to a scripture or anything in the future, that the scholars that would memorize it, so that we can basically have the scriptures in our hearts still, as every Muslim is supposed to do.
So there's a problem with memorization, though, because if you're looking at, for example, even let's go to Bukhari for a second. The first thing is that in the Battle of Al Yamama, where the Muslims went into battle, there was large casualties, and the greatest fear that happened was that they were afraid that large portions of the Quran were lost because the people who memorized the book died in that battle. And if you read Ibn Abi Dawood in Kitab al-Musahif, he basically reads about Umar, and Umar basically tells to his grief, he was grieving and he was sad because there was a verse that he vaguely remembered, but because one of the men died in that battle, that was the man who actually memorized that verse. It was consequently lost. So on one, and this is according to your own Islamic sources, and what I'm saying is that, so you have that as an issue, but also adding to the fact that if you go to the Birmingham Museum, that has one of the earliest Quranic manuscripts, which is the Sa'ana manuscript, and according to Stephen J. Shoemaker, who is a scholar, when you have the upper text and the lower text, and the lower text was erased. And of course, like, you have to put it under ultraviolet light to see what the lower text was saying because it got erased. Those two texts are different. And what scholars are saying right now is that that particular manuscript has been tampered with. And so to say that the book has been perfectly preserved is like a very high, not only a high standard or an infallible standard, but the burden of proof is on you to show that it's been perfectly preserved. And then if you compare like both the Warsh Quran and the Hafs Quran, there are differences in the Arabic.
In the grammar, or is it just in the pronunciation?
No, like in the wordings, there are actual differences between the Warsh Quran and the Hafs Quran. Like if you just do a comparison.
Okay, yeah. But I'm talking about, look, we must now in South Africa, right? So we have the normal Quran here, and then our scholars, that is scholars, they have memorized, like the Hafiz guys that we know that did Hafiz, they did the 30 jewels and they have the 30 jewels in their heads. You understand? So to me, that is very miraculous that there is a book that can be memorized, that I don't actually think if there's any other scholar, because I'm just
Right,
taking my
but if you
beliefs.
were to Right, but if
Yeah,
you do a comparison, let's do a comparison here with the textual criticism of the Quran versus the textual criticism of the Bible, right? So, for
or the
example,
Torah,
when the Bible was when the Bible was written, for example, there are over 25,000 manuscripts of the New Testament in Latin, Greek, and even within the Byzantium
yes,
language.
yes,
And
yeah,
so here's the thing: it's easier to corrupt something when it's in one language. It's harder to corrupt it when it's in three major languages within the
yeah,
Mediterranean. And
yeah,
so, and the secondly is that through textual criticism, when you actually do the combinations of the
mm,
different texts, scholars like Bruce Metzger, for example, have come out and other scholars that will say that the New Testament, in terms of where it is right now, is like, even if you have like variations in terms of maybe grammatical or spelling mistakes, the accuracy rate is at 99.5%. Now, because
yeah,
this is something that is written down, whereas something that is memorized, for example, can be lost because you can potentially have a faulty memory. And not
yes,
only that, you can have a faulty memory, but adding to the fact that when people in the Battle of El Yamama who memorized the Quran before it was either written down had died in that battle, and there were verses that were consequently lost. There's a particular issue there. That means that the book is not complete if there are
yeah,
verses that are lost because of that
yeah.
battle.
Oh, I see. Yes, 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 yes. You look like are you a comparative how can I say student in religion,
No,
Mr. Mike?
I try my, you know what, I do my best to read as much as I can, but I'm not, like, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I've debated
Okay.
Muslims since I was in high school.
Who is
I'm
it?
32 years
Oh,
old.
Guys,
oh, okay.
God
Okay.
bless you guys.
you guys don't need to be expert to know to decipher Islam. Islam is you don't need to be a scholar because even the things that their scholars write is not anything that has wisdom in it. So you don't need to be a scholar.
Yeah, but brother, I
Right.
can say that the same. For I'm not a scholar, right? If I'm gonna argue with someone that is in my level of thinking in Christianity, then I can say the same thing. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
But listen,
Just
if you're going in a garbage bucket, you don't need to
Yeah.
be a scholar.
Uh, Nah, brother,
Wow.
brother, 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 brother. You know what I'm saying? Intellectual on my level. I'm dealing with guys like this here with a difference of intellectual level. You understand what I'm saying? You can't say something else like Islam is a garbage bucket
It is.
because
'Cause I can show you.
you.
Let me give you an example how easy the Quran is full of mistake. Write what I
Okay,
say. Write what I say. Surah 2, 249. Listen what it
okay,
says. I'm not going to read the whole ayah, but it's talking
yeah,
about here Saul marching forward with his
yeah,
army, Allah testing this group of soldiers through
yeah,
Saul. Yeah? Okay.
yeah,
Now, you, as a Muslim, you were told all your life that the Bible has been corrupted. But if you
yeah.
would read the Bible, you would know where this story comes from.
Okay,
Because here in Surah 2, 249, it's talking about Saul marching forth with his
yeah,
army and testing that army at the river. If
yeah,
you know the Bible, you would know that that's some big mistake because it was not Saul who was testing the soldiers at the river. It was Gideon who was testing the soldiers at the river. And when you
okay,
go to the tafsir, for
yeah,
example, if you take the tafsir Tazkirul Quran, it will say that it was 600 soldiers that
yeah.
Saul was testing at the river. But that's also wrong because
Okay.
the Bible says it was 300 soldiers that Gideon was tested at the river.
Yeah.
So, and then here in this ayah, it speaks about actually the story of Saul, the story of Gideon, and then it
Yeah.
jumps to the story of Goliath.
Yeah.
3 stories, 1 ayah. And when you look further, The story of Gideon is actually found in the book of
Yeah.
Judges in the Bible, chapter 7,
Yeah.
1 till 9. And
Yeah.
here, Gideon was testing the soldiers at the river, and it was not 600, but was 300. So
Okay.
these are the mistakes. And secondly, where in the tafsir, why did they come with the number 600? Well, you gotta know the Bible stories, because
Yes.
then the story of Saul, which is found in 1 Samuel 13, 1 till 15, speaks about Saul numbering 600 soldiers.
Okay.
So you have to know the Bible to easily spot the mistakes the Quran is making, because the
Yeah,
Quran is like a
brother.
big listen. The Quran is
Yeah.
like a big giant Scrabble, and the tafsirs as well. They play Scrabble, and they get some parts of the stories they rob, and then they play Scrabbles. Some details are correct, some details are not correct. That's
I
Islam.
can say. You know what? Now you say that now because according to me, you also have studied parts of the Islamic scripture. You understand? But the little knowledge I have, even with the Bible, I know the Bible, the Injil that Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, came with, Nabi Isa, right? That he came with, we believe that was the true message of God. The
Listen,
Bible
Right,
that
but
listen.
we
here's
have
the
today.
but here's the thing though. Let me just respond to that. So, in the Quran, it basically tells people to tell Muslims to refer to the Al Kitab, right? So the people of the book.
Yeah, yeah,
And at the same time, though, when you say that, for example, that the Bible has been corrupted, you're going to basically have to say, well, okay, well, you're going to have to tell me when in terms of the timeline, because
okay. I
the
hear what
main thing
you're
is that
saying.
there are two different this is the thing, there are two different revelations between the Bible and the Quran, one that
Okay,
happened 600 years before and something that came
yeah,
600 years after, right? So for example, from early Christians, like when you read Saint Ignatius of Antioch, when you read Justin Martyr, when you read the early church fathers, or even the Bible itself, which is the earliest testament to the divinity of Christ.
yeah,
So there have been constant, very consistent way, even before the Council of Nicaea, that
yeah,
the Bible testifies that Jesus Christ is God. He calls himself the great I am, right? Like
mm,
Wayomer Elohim el Moshe Echier Asher Echier. God says
yeah,
to Moses, I am who I am. But then
mm,
you look at in the Quran, what does the Quran say in Surah Al-Ikhlas? Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu summad, lam yalid wa lam yulad,
and
wa
that
lam yakul
ولم
lahu
يكن له
kufuwan ahad.
أحد.
Right? Lam yalid wa lam yulad. That is the main difference. He neither begets nor is begotten. He has no
Yeah,
son. Now, if here's the thing though, and I'm going to say this. If,
mm,
for example, the Bible has been corrupted, then it questions Allah's omnipotence to preserve his word, because then he wasn't powerful enough to preserve the Bible. Yet at the same
yeah,
time, if Allah is omnipotent and he did preserve the Bible, then it proves Islam to be false, because the problem is that there are two different contradictions. These are two contradictions here that you can't have. Either if Allah has preserved the Bible, and even if you read, like, for example, Ibn Kathir's tafsir and his commentary on it, it says that yes, they twisted their words with their tongues, but
yeah,
what was written though was actually preserved. Ibn Kathir himself said that. So
mm,
basically, he's affirming that the Bible was actually in written form completely preserved. So then the problem is that then how can a Muslim basically say that the Bible has been corrupted when your own Islamic sources will say otherwise and tell Muslim people to refer to the Al-Kitab, to the people of the book?
yeah. But the Al Kitab that they're speaking about is not the translation Bible that we have today. According to my understanding, according to the little knowledge that I have, like we were taught the Bible, the Injil that they're speaking about, né? That
Right,
was
but
the
one of the
true.
earliest Bibles, one of the earliest Bibles that we have is, for example, like the compilation, like Codex Vaticanus and Codex Sinaiticus.
Yeah.
These are basically the manuscripts that we use from then on all the way till now, and it still comes forth with the same meaning as it was before. And if you were to
Yeah.
do textual criticism studies, Like,
Yeah.
basically, the translation of the Bible that was then in the Greek language and Latin and also in the Byzantine language has basically been the same translation as we have right now. So the thing is that the burden of proof is on you to
Yeah.
determine for me what
Yes.
is like why, how is the Quran not corrupted, but the Bible is, when in written form, and even according to your own Islamic scholars, will say otherwise.
Yeah, but look, Jesus spoke Aramaic. You understand what I'm saying? How many
Right,
portion
but in
of
the
the
Roman
world
speaking
speaks
right,
Aramaic?
but in but in the Roman speaking world, though, you have to understand that Greek was the
Yeah.
predominant language.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
have to
Yes.
understand that it was the predominant language
Just a
that
second,
was
guys.
used, and
Just a
also
second.
Latin as well
Just a
too.
second, guys. Just a second.
Yeah,
Now
go ahead.
we travel this topic to thousand topic. Yeah, let me finish
Okay.
it this.
Okay,
Yes,
brother.
Mr. Gamza. Yes, Jesus at that time speak four languages: Aramaic,
Okay.
Hebrew, Greek, and the other the language of. So you can do nothing with this. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the Bible we don't have a verse. He said we send this book in a specific
Okay.
language. We don't
Yeah.
have it, which means we can translate the Bible literally to different language. No problem. We have no
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
But you as a Muslim, Allah sent his Quran in different, a specific language, in Arabic language, and
Yeah.
he challenging, which means when you want to worship your Allah, you have to
Mm.
worship your Allah in Arabic language, and we cannot translate the Quran literally to different language. Why? Because Allah claimed the Quran should be Arabic. أنزلناه قرآنا عربي قرآنا عربيا مبين قرآنا عربيا غير ذي عوج
Mm.
قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون, which means
Yeah.
you can't translate the Quran to another language, yet
Mm.
you can only translate opinion of a
In other
scholar to
language.
other language. For
Yes,
example,
I know.
what the scholar read, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذهب أحمد إلى السوق. Okay, so I can translate what I understand, not
Yes.
literally what the verse said, which
Yes.
means all the Muslim around the world now should learn my culture language, for praying to your Allah. Smash Allah. So you should learn language to pray to the
Yeah.
God?
Not
Yes.
necessarily.
In Islam,
Where does
no. So Surah
like
Al-Fatiha, when you pray, in which
yeah?
language you read it?
It's in it's yeah. It's Arabic
Why Arabic?
because of
Why?
the nature of the language.
Bravo. Why you didn't? Because you are an English speaker. You are not Arab native, not Arabic
I'm
speaker.
I'm
Why he
ex I'm
didn't
ex
allow
I'm,
you
I'm
to
actually
read it
Afrikaans.
in a prayer in
So that
English?
so brother, if we are I'm gonna explain to you how I understand how I was learned. Nah?
No,
If
you
you
didn't
take a Russian,
understand properly my question. You didn't
uh,
understand clearly
yes,
my
but
question. Okay,
I'm
let
gonna
me
yes,
re-ask
yes,
you again. Let me
okay,
ask you one more time. Now, when you establish a prayer 5 times a day,
yes,
Allahu Akbar, you start to pray. In which language you read Quran in your prayer?
Arabic, Arabic.
Okay, you are not Arabic speaker, right?
No, brother.
And you don't understand Arabic, right?
No, no, brother.
Okay, so why you should read language you not understand it to pray to your God? So do your
Okay.
Allah understand English?
Say again. Yes.
Your Allah understand English? No. If he understand English, he will allow you to recite Quran in your language.
No, brother. If you are a Chinese, a Russian, a German, we all stand in unity, one direction. Islam is
No,
unity
not
according to
talking
what I
about
was learned.
unity, or we are not
No,
talking about unity or not
but
unity.
brother,
We're
we're
talking
talking about
about when you want to worship your own God.
yes, yes.
Why he didn't allow you to worship him in your language. Why you should learn your Allah language to worship Him?
Brother, you must understand again. I'm speaking to you
How?
according to. But I'm speaking to you according to my logic, right? According to my logic, anything that
No,
goes
haram.
against
Haram to use your logic, Habibi, haram. In
where's
Islam,
haram to
haram.
lose my logic?
Haram
Where
because you
anything that
Allah, you didn't know by logic, you know it by book.
no,
Haram,
brother,
your
listen to
scholar
me.
said,
What
bro,
what happens to
your
yeah?
scholar analyzing anyone, he uses
Hmm?
logic in Islam. Ibn Sina,
Where
Ibn Khaldun, Al-Razi, Ibn al-Kindi, all those scholars,
yeah?
your scholar analyze them because using logic.
Yeah,
Haram.
but every
Use
Muslim,
verses. No,
Jawad is upon
haram.
every Muslim
Haram.
to learn from
Not
the cradle to
logically
the grave.
because in Quran said that, Habibi. In Quran said,
Every
لا
Muslim,
تسألون عن أمور
every,
أن تبدأ لكم تسئكم.
every
Do
person must be
not,
learned from the
man,
cradle to
you
the
are
grave.
not here. You are not with me. You are ignorant.
No, I'm
You are
not,
not with
brother.
me.
Say again.
You're defending something you didn't understand it, and you
You're right.
just try to waffling. That's
What
it.
I'm trying to, brother, listen
You
to me. What
just
I'm
try
trying
to
to tell
waffling.
you is, I'm not trying
Abdul,
to waffling.
listen.
I'm trying to tell
Abdul,
you.
Hamza,
I'm trying to
listen.
tell you is
Now, if
according
you're
to
Allah,
my learn,
Mr.
my learning. Yes, brother. Speak.
Okay, thank you, Habibi. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming, Habibi. Go watch my YouTube channel and make your own point and come back to me. Come on. Yalla. You will run
Yeah.
also today. Today you will run also. You will stay with me.
Who are you talking
Hmm?
about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you specifically.
If you let me talk, you respect
You
me,
wanna
and then I
okay?
will.
You wanna respond a question or you wanna waffling like every time?
Nope, I will respond your question. You know that.
Okay, great, great. No, I know you always waffling and running away.
No, you are the one
But
who
we will
brought me
see
forward.
today if you change your mind, if you trust your Allah.
Hmm.
Okay? Cool. Why you still Muslim? Worshipping Heaven Man.
Don't say man. You said I used to be Muslim. Now
Your
you're trying to
Allah.
say man, right?
Your Allah Heaven Man, not man. He's
Nope.
not man. He's Heaven Man.
Is
Are you
that how you
listening?
used to be Muslim and you try to
Are
say
you
man?
listening to me? I'm not
Yeah,
saying you're Allah man. Man, if I
I'm listening.
said, you see, he continued waffling. He said today he will answer.
Yeah, but I was correcting you. You
Two
said
minute.
man. It's not
2 minutes.
man.
You didn't handle it. 2 minutes.
Yeah, I worship
I
because he's
didn't
the only
said,
God.
listen, pagan. Listen to me carefully. I
You
never
see,
said
you
you
started
worshipping man.
insulting. You started insulting.
No, you are a pagan.
You started
You are
insulting.
a pagan. You pray to which direction?
We pray towards Makkah.
Who is a Mecca? What the Mecca is? Black stone, right? Kaaba, right?
Kaaba, yeah, Kaaba, yeah.
Not Kaaba, Kaaba.
Yeah, I
Black
know
stone.
Kaaba.
Okay. Cube box, right? So why you praying? The praying is worshipping, right? The praying
Yeah, they
is a
pray
worshipping.
worshiping, but
Why
are you
you
worshiping?
worshipping? Why you worshipping facing a black stone when you
Look,
worshipping?
if, we are not worshiping black stone. If you go to the church, you are
No,
not
when you
worshiping
try to
church. If
listen
you
to
go to
the
the mosque, you are
question,
not
Blackstone
worshiping
worshipper,
mosque.
listen to the question. I'm saying, why when you worship your Allah, you facing a black stone?
That is the direction, and we don't have no problem wherever Allah
Direction to
command us
what?
to.
Direction to what?
But can I talk? Can I talk? Be fair.
Yeah, tell me direction to what?
That is the direction Allah command us to pray towards
To
there.
what? I said to what?
What do you mean to what?
Direction to what?
The direction Makkah.
Direction to what?
Be clear. What do you mean to what? We are worshiping that direction.
So when I
We are
said,
worshiping Allah.
guys, I'm always like to facing this way because this way to Syria. There is in Syria city called Halab in north, and in Halab there is a area called Qalat Halab. So why when you worship your Allah, you facing to which direction?
We face the direction of the Kaaba.
To
The Kaaba.
Kaaba. Why?
Because that is what Allah commanded us, and we don't have no problem with our
So for
Lord.
which reason? Do you believe Allah is everywhere?
Allah is everywhere with His knowledge.
No, I'm not saying about his knowledge. Me too. Also, my knowledge is everywhere.
So you know
My
everywhere
knowledge
what is
also is
happening.
everywhere. I'm not talking about knowledge. I'm talking about your Allah being.
So the question that he's basically asking you is basically this: if Allah is omnipresent, that He is everywhere, why does He require you to face one particular direction to pray, specifically the Kaaba?
That is to unite us. All the Muslims have one direction.
Unite you in what?
Yeah.
And facing a black stone?
We face that black stone,
So
yeah.
what's the difference now between you and Arab pagan?
Okay, what's the difference if you pray in the house? Are you worshiping house? If you pray in the church, are you
What's the
worshiping church?
difference between you and Arab
Yeah.
pagan?
No, we are not pagan. You know, we worship one
Arab
God. You say,
pagan
I used to be
also
Muslim, you
used to
couldn't
be
understand.
saying, stop waffling. Arab pagan also, according Qur'an, used to be saying, oh, we're facing a black stone because we're worshipping on God. Same. Your Allah command you to facing a black stone. Who is your Allah? Black stone.
No, it is not. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. You used to be Muslim, you couldn't know. Qul huwa
Qul huwa
Allahu
Allahu
ahad.
ahad. What's the
Yeah.
ahad meaning? One
Ahad
of.
means the only one.
One of. No, say
Allah.
wahid in, say one in Arabic.
If you want a
Say
number,
one
you
in
will say
Arabic. No. Say one in Arabic.
it's wahid. If you need
Wahid
number
is not
counting, you
ahad.
have to say ahad.
So no, that is my language. You can play games. My language. Wahid is
Yeah.
one.
Your
Ahad.
language, but I know better than you, my
Wait,
friend.
Jahil. Wait. Ahad, one of. For example, in Quran, Allah said, Muhammad ma kana aba ahadin min rijalikum. So which means Muhammad is not father of one of your men. Ahad, one
Yeah,
of,
that's true.
according Quran too. Let
That's
me give
true.
you the
What is
verse.
wrong with that?
Let me show you the proof. Ahad meaning
No, I
one
said
of
that is
in
true.
Quran.
What is wrong with that? That is true.
Yeah, one of. Ahad is one of.
Qul
So your
huwa
Allah
Allahu
one of
ahad means
what?
Allah is one. Say
One
Allah is
of.
one.
Man, you are ignorant. I just prove it now. You said that is true. And when we continue, you said no. Why you contradict yourself?
But what is the translation of Qul Wallahu Ahad?
So your Prophet Muhammad in Quran, Allah said, Muhammad ma kana aba ahadin min rijalikum.
Yeah, that is what means he is not one of you, your
Muhammad
father.
is not one of,
Your father, yeah.
right? Allah said he is one. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Allah,
Yes.
one of. One of
No,
what?
you are putting your own translation. You're saying one of, since you don't like Islam, right?
I just gave it to you. I just gave it to you example from
Okay.
Quran about the Ahad word.
Okay, anyone who
And
is
you
listening, you can
admitted
open.
Ahad meaning one of.
Anyone can open the translation. We will never see one of. It is just one. So why are you putting your own?
Yeah,
One
but
of
here's the thing
Ahad.
though. In the Arabic
Thank you.
language, like there's ahad and wahad, right? So like those are two,
Yes.
like so wahad actually literally means one, whereas ahad actually has more of a nuance to it. So for example, if you have one batch of grapes, you'd probably use the word ahad, whereas if you use wahad, it will be just one grape. There's a bit of there's a nuance there. So the thing is that he's literally asking you. It's like I'm just kind of wondering like where are you standing with that? Like where are you standing with that? Because like he's explaining, I mean, he's a native Arab speaker, so obviously he knows the language much more than I do. I'm Chinese.
And
But
me, I believe I know better than him.
You know better
sorry?
than me?
Yeah, I said I believe I know
Are
better
you
than
sure?
him because when you say
You know
when you say ahad, you can't add number because
No,
it's just
shut up
one.
here. Shut up here. You said you know
You
better than
see,
me,
he don't
right?
let me speak.
No, shut up now. You said better
You
than me.
know,
Don't jump. Don't jump. You said you know better than me. Is that correct? Huh?
Yeah, I know better because what you are
That is
explaining
correct.
mistakenly.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
stick
correct.
now in my question.
Yeah, it's
You
correct.
said you know better than me, right?
Yeah, you couldn't
That
explain
is
Ahad.
correct, which means you know, you understanding Arabic Quran language, right?
Yeah, I
Right?
understand. I
Now, if
understand
I
not
show
all
you
of
one
it.
verse in Quran, can you read it and tell me what your Allah meaning here? Huh?
Okay, tell me the verse. But
If
I'm
I
not a
show you now,
translator, but
no,
I
no,
will
I will
tell you
show you
the.
in Arabic because you know better than me, right?
So what does Ahad means? Tell me then now.
Now you know better than me,
I
right?
know better than you because you said Ahad
Okay,
is like
now,
one of.
wait, shut
It's
up
not one
now,
of.
shut up now. Let's see if you know better than me or I know better than your Allah. Read this. Read this. It's easy surah. Read it.
لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم
Surah
رحلة
what? Surah
الشتاء
what?
والصيف.
Surah
سورة
what?
قريش.
What the ilafi meaning?
لإيلاف قريش.
What the ilafi meaning? This. Ilafi. What
I
that
don't know.
means?
I don't know.
Ah, you know better than me.
I know better than you because you couldn't
You
understand
don't know
Ahad.
Arabic now. Now you just said, I don't know.
I know Arabic, but I don't understand
Ah,
everything
you
in
know
the Quran. I
Arabic.
told you.
You know Arabic. Only one
Yeah.
word. Only
Okay.
one word. You know
So
perfect better than me. Right?
why you
You
mistranslating Ahad?
know. Okay, shut up now. Now you know only one word better than me. Right?
I didn't say I know
Hmm?
one word because you couldn't explain Ahad. You said
So
Ahad is one
you
of. It is
said,
not one of.
shut up, man. Stick on my point. We will go to the ahad. Now tell me, you said you know better than me Arabic language. I showed you one word in Arabic Quran. You don't know what the meaning
So
of
so
ilaf.
do you know the
So
Quran has?
now,
Do you,
before we continue, Mr. Coward, because you are a literally coward.
look, I will
Before we
insult you. You
continue,
know
Mr.
you will
Clown,
get mad. So don't insult
before
me.
we
If I insult you, you
continue,
will get mad. You know.
Before we continue, Mr. Coward, you have to apologize before we continue. Yalla, apologize, say I don't know Arabic language. Yalla. If you know Arabic language, you have to tell me what the ilaf meaning before you Google it.
Apologize of lying, saying Ahad is one of. You have to apologize
One
that.
off. Okay, come to show you this. I
Open the
will
Quran.
smash you two
No, no, no,
times,
no.
not only
Open
one
the
time.
Quran where it
Okay.
says Qul huwallahu
Okay.
ahad. Show me one of in that verse. You said one of.
Read this. In the greens. Yalla, read it. ما
I will
كان
read, but you must
محمد.
open Qul huwallahu. Ma kana
Read it.
Muhammadan.
Read it.
You are over talking me then. ما كان محمدا أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين وكان الله بكل شيء عليما.
What the ahad in meaning here?
Look, Ahadin means one of, not always one of. You couldn't
Bravo,
understand.
bravo. So
You
which
couldn't
means,
understand.
no, wait,
Not
handicap
always the
worshiper.
same. So,
So wait, handicap worshiper, wait.
okay, open Surah Al-Ikhlas. Be
Wait,
fair.
handicap worshiper, wait. This is
You are
ahad,
insulting
right?
me.
This is ahad,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What this
Ahad. Go
meaning
to the
here?
translation. Don't put your
What the
own meaning.
meaning of ahad here?
In order you to understand, Ahad is one. But
So
if you
what
want
the
to
meaning
continue with
of
the sentences,
ahad? What the meaning of ahad?
please can I talk? You don't let me talk.
What the meaning of ahad?
Don't overtalk me. Ahad means one, but if you want to continue with the sentences, you have to say one of. That is how it is. Ahad
Bro,
itself
why
is not
you're
one of.
liar? What is this here? Is it one or one off?
No, Ahad itself is not one of. Ahad means
Ahad is
one.
not one off?
If you want to continue with this all sentences, you have to say one of. Be fair, man. Now you tell me you know
I will
Arabic,
be
but
fair.
this is how
Wait.
you
I will
ask.
be fair. I will be
Okay.
fair. Thank you for coming. I be fair now, because you lie and you didn't apologize. You said you know my language better than me. I showed you one word from my language. You don't know. You know only one word according to your opinion. Khalas. You don't know other than that. You know only one word. You came to teach me my language. Coward.